This video is brought to you by Joe's HVAC Piano Fishing and Rail Fan Productions. Hello viewers, tonight we're going to take a look at this Mennely bell and we're going to explain how a church bell works. This is an old school bell located on School Street in Waverly Township, Pennsylvania. This bell is a very unique example because it is very old and very important. It is a very historical piece of equipment because bells like this have been cast for over 2,000 years. This bell is a very good example of one that has been preserved and it will last a lifetime. In this video of this beautiful bell, we are going to go over how the bell works and the different methods of ringing it. A bell like this is very simple, and it is a type of complex machine because it consists of two or more moving parts. This bell can either be swung, tolled, or rang automatically. The parts of a bell are very simple, as the bell consists of the bell itself, a clapper mounts, a yoke, a bell wheel, A-stands, bearings, the metal frame, ropes, hammers, ringer motors, or automatic ringers. Let's go over the parts of the bell itself before we go into the ringing components. The bell itself is made of what's called bronze, which is a mixture of copper and tin. Back in the old days of bell founding, the mixture used to be 78% copper and 22% tin. But later on, it was found out that 80% copper and 20% tin were found to be the best for bell metal. Bell metal is a very strong alloy, and it will last a lifetime if cared for properly. These bells will last you for well over 100 years, as this bell has proven how old it is. Let's take a look at the bell itself and show you the components. This part of the bell that you are looking at here is called the sound bow. The sound bow is what allows the bell to make its purest sound, as the sound bow is what the clapper strikes in order for the bell to ring properly. The sound bow also allows the bell to produce its core note. Its core note is the actual note that the bell rings when it is either struck or played. These bells can also be used in what's called a carillon, which is a large set of bells used to play different tunes and lots of different musical pitches. The church bell is pretty simple, as this one is an old school bell. If you look carefully at the sound bow, you'll see how it has a unique shape to it. The sound bow kind of has a different shape than the rest of the bell, as this is the thickest part where the clapper strikes. If you look carefully at this bell, you will see what's called sound rings. This bell has 8 sound rings on the bell itself, and at the crown of the bell, which is this part right here on the top, it has 3 sound rings. Now let's take a look at the ringing components, as this bell has not been rung for many years and is a static display. This bell does not have all its ringing parts, but we will go over them all anyway. This part of the bell you are looking at is called the rotary yoke. The Mennely Bell Foundry was one of the first bell foundries to introduce its own rotary yoke, which is made of cast iron. On the yoke, you put shafts into the bearings, you put shafts on the side of the yoke, and that's what allows the bell to have bearings. The bearings allow the bell to swing back and forth, which is how the bell can be rung. Here is where the shaft goes in and how the bell is lubricated. As you can see here, this bell has what's called little teeth. And what those little teeth do is they allow the bell to be set at different heights. The clapper mounting mechanism is how they mount the clapper. The clapper is mounted to the mounting mechanism so it won't fall out of the bell and strike somebody on the head. this bell only has its yoke and the bell itself, along with the clapper mounting hardware. It is unfortunate to say that this bell does not have its A-stands, its yoke. Well, it has its yoke. It does not have its A-stands, bell wheel, clapper, or the other components. The metal frame that these bells have is what allows these bells to be rung safely. When the bells are swinging back and forth, some bells will have what's called outer extension supports, which will help keep the frame from moving back and forth while the bell is ringing. When bells ring, they shift their weight from one side to the other, and that is what will cause the shifting of the bell. That will cause the shifting of the frame, which could potentially break if it's done too often. Now let's go over the inscription of the bell. Church bells are equipped with what's called an inscription, including school bells. Let's take a look at the inscription on the yoke first, so you get an idea of what an inscription is. An inscription is letters that are tapped into the metal, and the metal is tapped into the bell. This inscription, however, does not have that, as this is a stamp put on the cast iron. This yoke is made of what's called cast iron, and it is a very brittle, a very strong compression metal, which means it's brittle, but it can withstand a lot of tension. Let's take a look at the inscription on the bell itself, as it is inscribed differently. As you can see on this bell here, you can see an inscription. The inscription on the bell says the Mennely Bell Foundry. That is the place of casting of this bell. This bell was cast by the Mennely Bell Foundry, which is located in West Troy, New York. As if we come over here, you will see that it says West Troy, New York. That is the place of the Bell Foundry. It was located on the west side of the Hudson River. And usually the bells have a year. This bell has a year of 1873, which means this bell had its 150th anniversary this year. So, happy 150th anniversary there, Mr. School Bell. So we just wished this school bell its 150th anniversary. Look at that. 1873. Happy 150 years there, Mr. Church Bell. Or School Bell. We hope you will live on for many years to come. And now we're going to try to get you a little sound sample. As this bell, we can just do this. We'll try to set the phone flashlight up like this. Let's see what this bell sounds like. That's what the bell sounds like. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more bell videos like this one. I have not noticed this bell when I was filming streetlights, as these bells are uncommon and you don't find them within public view. And there it is once again, the Mennely Bell Foundry of West Troy, New York. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching Joe's HVAC, Piano, Fishing, and Rail Fan Productions. We hope to see you again soon for another video.